Hi everybody, I hope you're well. In today's video, I am at the stunning Location House. It is beautiful here, and I'm going to show you how I created this photograph of my friend Elle using the MagBox Pro 42 Octa. So, let's crack on. So this is my first time at this amazing venue. It is absolutely stunning. It is, I know I say this a lot, this is a real playground for photographers. Not only is it my first time at the Location House, it's also my first time working with the amazing Elle. So I'm really looking forward to this. And as you can see here, this room is just beautiful. So rather than getting too creative and throwing loads of cool stuff at it, I'm going to go very simple and just create a really classic portrait using the MagBox Pro 42 Octa. So to start, I'm going to use my Sony A9II with the Sony 50mm f1.2 lens, and I'm going to place the camera on a tripod. Now the reason for that is two reasons really. One, this shot is all about the symmetry. So if I'm hand holding, it's not going to be probably quite as perfect as I would like, because I'm just not that accurate when I'm shooting. Plus, I'm imagining, I'm not starting this photograph yet obviously, but in my head, the MagBox is actually going to be in the frame. So in order to remove that for the final image, I'm going to take two shots. One, a shot of Elle with the MagBox in the frame, and two, the second frame will be with the MagBox out of the frame, and then I'm going to blend those two images together. And to do that well, to do it correctly, really you should have a camera on a tripod. So that's the reason I'm using a tripod. And then, once I've taken this shot on the 50mm, just going to experiment and see what it looks like on the Sigma 135mm 1.8, because I think it might look a little bit better, but we'll see. And then at the end of the video you can tell me which you prefer. So what I'm going to do first of all is just take some shots in natural light. Now these are not going to look good, so I'm going to take one. Now as I'm using my 50mm 1.2, I want to shoot this at 1.2 because why would you not? So that's going to be the first setting. I also don't want to be in high speed sync because I want to be able to take a few shots quickly. So I'm going to put my shutter speed to 200. That just leaves the ISO left, and I'm going to put that as low as it needs to be to underexpose the scene. So in this case, if I take a shot at 100 ISO, which is what I'm going to do here, you can see, don't worry Elle, these are going to look bad Elle, I apologise. Not for you, but because of the lighting. So we get that. I'd like to go a bit under, so I'm going to go to the lowest ISO I can possibly go to, which is ISO 50. That is to underexpose the scene to compensate for the fact that I'm shooting on such a wide aperture. Remember, the wider the aperture, the more light comes in, and I want to underexpose the scene. So that's why I've had to go so low on my ISO. And ISO 50 gives me this, which is not great. So what I'm now going to do is add in the MagBox. Said this so many times in my video. This, by the way, the world's biggest disco ball. Said this so many times in my videos, but the reason that I love the MagBox Pro 42 is because it's a huge light source. And the bigger the light source, the softer the light will be. Also, the closer we have the light source, the MagBox, to Elle, the softer the light will be. That is the reason that I want to have it in the frame, because I want it to be as close as possible to Elle. Just whilst I'm doing this, we're filming today, the day after collection 8 of the Flashmasters Awards was released, and this collection especially was incredible. Here are some of my favourite images that won awards. The standard, as always, was just jaw-dropping, a bit intimidating actually, so massive congratulations to all the winners. If you are interested in joining the Flashmaster community, then you can do so at flashmasters.co. We would love to have you there. We're just about to celebrate our first birthday, and there are some very big announcements coming in Flashmasters. It's a very exciting time. Anyway, so this is all set up now. We'll put this nice and close to Elle. Now, as I say, this is almost certainly going to be in the shot. I can already see that it is going to be. And within the MagBox, I'm going to put an AD200. Perfect, so I'm going to start taking a couple of test shots. As you can see here, the MagBox is very much in the frame, so that's why we need to use the tripod, because it'll make it easy to composite that out afterwards. Okay, just a quick test shot. Stunning. Now one thing that I am noticing, and it's not a huge deal, Elle looks amazing, but there's a little bit of spill from the MagBox. So I'm going to move it a little bit closer, but also put on the grid for the MagBox. So that will really stop the spill from bouncing around all over, and it will concentrate the light more on Elle. Perfect, so let's just move it a little bit closer as well. So let's just see what difference this makes. Beautiful Elle. Yeah, that's really nice. It also looks as though some of the power's gone from the MagBox, just because I put the grid on. So I'm going to go from 164 to 132 power. I can already say, because I can imagine what the comments are going to say, yeah, it is cheating using a model as good as Elle. Stunning Elle. Notice that I'm just being careful, and Elle doesn't even know about this, that I'm making sure that Elle's hand, when she poses, is not going behind the MagBox, and it isn't. Because the moment it does, obviously we're going to have an issue. Stunning Elle. Beautiful. Right, now this is the important thing. You must remember, if you're going to do a composite like this, not to move your camera, which I've done many, many times, and before you walk away from this scene, take the MagBox out of the photo. So let's just do that now. Going to move it completely out. Turn off the speed light as well, because it will still be creating light and bouncing around. And this is now just going to be the base layer. Perfect. So what I'm going to do is use that layer to paint over Elle, and here is the final result. Okay, what I'm now going to do, I'm really pleased with what we've got. I've just moved my camera and the tripod a little bit closer, just because I think the composition can take it. So still on the Sony 50mm 1.2, but just a little bit, a fraction closer to Elle. So let's move the softbox back in. I'm also going to make it a little bit more like I'm feathering the light. So I'm going to position the softbox a little bit more so it looks like it's not really facing Elle. It's just going to just feather her up there. Let's see what we get this time. It's also now not in the mirror behind Elle, which is going to just make it a bit easier when I'm editing. So another quick test. Yeah, that's really, really nice. The feather just works a lot nicer. Can I ask you, Elle, just be facing slightly this way, away from the light with your body, just looking towards the light with you. That's it, yeah. Beautiful. And 1 second. That's really, really lovely. In fact, let's just go from 132 to 1/16. And again, just looking towards that light. Amazing. Really, really good. Just a couple more of those swooshes, if that's okay, please. Yeah, that looks amazing. So what I'm now going to do, I'm so pleased what we've just taken there. I'm now going to move the MagBox out of the frame. Remember, if you're going to do this technique, it's really important that you don't move the camera and that you remove the MagBox and then take a shot without the MagBox in. So I'm going to turn off the trigger, which is the Godox X2T trigger, move the MagBox out of the frame. And Elle, you can snarl for this because this isn't going to count. This is going to be just my background I'm going to use to composite in. Now here is my favourite photograph from this little shoot with the Sony 50mm 1.2. What I'm now going to do is do the same shot on the Sigma 135mm f1.8, and then at the end of the video, whichever is my favourite photograph from this shoot, I'll show you in Photoshop how you can merge the two together. It's really easy. So let's go and get the Sigma out. Okay, so now on the Sigma 135mm f1.8. Now obviously this is a much longer focal length, so I'm going to have to go further back. Now, bizarrely, I can't actually do this even stood here, so I'm going to have to go into the kitchen. It's a beautiful kitchen at the location house, and then shoot from here. So I could do the washing up at the same time. Probably won't, but if I stand here, then I can get my composition. Yeah, again, now the softbox is in, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to remain static, and then Helen, who is very kindly videoing this for me, I will ask her to move this and I'll try and remain still. So let's just see what we get first of all. So I've not changed my settings, I'm still on 1/200th a second, f1.8, actually that is a change, sorry, at ISO 50. So let's just see what that gives us. Beautiful Elle. I've just got to remember now to remain, once I've got my composition, to remain really still. The MagBox again is feathering, it's not really direct on Elle, which gives a really soft, really beautiful light. That's stunning, Elle. Okay, beautiful. Can I ask Helen if you can just go move the MagBox? My job now is to stay still. Just before we finish, very last one, because a photographer who's never done, I'm going to just put the MagBox back and shoot much closer for a head and shoulders shot of Elle. In fact, this one won't actually need any composite in at all, because this will just be head and shoulders Elle, if that's okay. Going to get really close, but the composition won't include the MagBox. I'm going to be a lot closer, but you'll see here the quality of the light. Yeah, whoa, this is where the 135 excels. Beautiful. I'm going to come even closer. Amazing. So thank you so much, Elle. So here are my favourite photographs from the Sigma 135mm. And what I'm now going to do is pass you over to me in Photoshop to show you how you can blend the two images together to create these images. So over to me in Photoshop.
So at this stage, I've already selected and exported from Lightroom 2 JPEGs. This one where we can see the MagBox in the frame, and this one where I had removed the MagBox. I'm now going to show you in Photoshop very easily how we can blend these two images together to create the final result. So to bring them into Photoshop, we want to go to File, Scripts, and Load Files into Stack. That then opens up this window, and we're now going to select those two JPEGs that I've just exported from Lightroom. And there they are. With those images selected, we're going to click on OK. And Photoshop will bring these into Photoshop as layers. And you can see here they both are. We are always looking at the one where the eye is selected. So if I untick the eye, we're looking at the layer underneath, which is the one without the MagBox. Tick the eye, we're looking at the layer on the top where the MagBox is in. And what I'm going to do now is with the Option key held down, I'm going to select Layer Mask down here. That makes this layer transparent. But, and this is a really cool thing, by using a white paintbrush, so we've got white selected there, I'm going to select the paintbrush, and with a hardness set to 0, it's going to give the brush a very soft edge, and the opacity set to 100, I can now, when I paint over this section, it's going to reveal this photograph again. So here we go. You can see because we use the tripod, everything is perfectly aligned. I'm going to go over the version of Elle where the MagBox was hitting her. And as we get lower, I'm going to just avoid the edge there. And that's the advantage of using the soft edge. Perfect. And that's more or less it. If I had have gone over too much, say I'd gone over here, I can undo that by changing the brush color from white to black. And that will just hide that area again. But once I've done that, all I'm going to do now is go to Layer, Flatten Image, and then just using this tool, which is the Burn tool, I'm going to just go around the edge just to make the image a little bit more contrasty, a bit more dynamic. But that's it. It's a very, very simple process. So here is the final result. As always, if you have any questions at all about anything I've done in this video, please do let me know in the comments. Massive thank you to Helen for filming this video for me, and huge thank you to Elle for modelling. It was amazing working with her. So thank you very much again for watching, and I will see you next time.